Hello and welcome. Today we are in the Tier 10 American battleship, the mighty Vermont. We're taking the brick out on a spin, and we have the legendary upgrade which improves our reload, but we do give up some concealment for that. But it shouldn't really matter because our ship should be slow enough that it makes no real difference. And I'm heading towards the center of the map to find ships like that Preußen, because ships like to spread out on both edges. And if I'm heading towards the center, I will get their broadside as they are sailing in that direction. Or rough broadside. Of course, we are really far away, so we're not really expecting citadels or anything, but we'll still get some penetrating hits. That was a very disappointing salvo. The only real reason this works is because CVs are in the match, so they can actually spot early. Wow. I can't believe I bounced those shells instead of taking them into the superstructure. That's quite lucky. We're completely full HP still. I thought I overestimated the speed of the Preußen, but no. We did a nice 9k damage here. Did I speed juke the shells myself though? Yeah, I did. Wow. Damn. Anyway, I gotta start accelerating because, well, they're gonna shoot again. Also, I am surface spotted, which is interesting. I wonder if the Holland is here. Gonna get myself some torpedoes soon, I think. At least it seems very likely. Hindenburg is an exceptionally good target for a ship like this because you can overmatch her deck armor of 30mm. And Hindenburgs are extremely scared of you because of that. Well, you can also just ricochet on some armor plate. Anyway, I'm gonna start turning out because I'm getting shot at quite a bit. I'm already at 660k potential damage. This is, they really are shooting me. But on the bright side though, look at how that Montana is positioned. Normally she would have just entered the A-cap or sailed over there behind that to try to fight the ships in my A-cap, but instead she's actually fighting me. Oh, there are the Holland torpedoes, I presume.
Torpedoes to starboard.
Anyway, we just avoided them pretty easily because we were already turning out. That's another reason to turn out like that. There's a chance we're gonna get torped again. Holland has a pretty fast reload on the torpedoes. Ooh, hello Hindenburg. Now usually I really like firing all of my guns at once, but when you're firing against maneuvering cruisers at long range, it's actually much better to fire effectively one gun or two guns at a time, because they tend to maneuver and they're gonna dodge the first salvo, but they won't be able to dodge the second one.
Bullseye.
Hello, Mr. Citadel. Wait, that did 16,900 damage? What? Damn, those are some hard-hitting citadels. I guess I have, that's the improved AP. And they're still shooting me. Jesus. Hindenburg's gonna turn in again, so the second salvo goes on point. Now, of course, I could fire the first salvo like that. And the Terps are still incoming. Wait, these are not Hindenburg torpedoes? Oh, sorry, I mean Holland torpedoes? These are submarine torps. Right? Yeah, they were submarine torps. Well, getting a second set is a little unnerving, but it should be okay. She surely isn't gonna push over here, right? That would be silly. Oh, that Montana is a lot closer than I thought. With the torpedoes, I kind of lost track of her. And now she's a little closer than I expected. I am gonna do a gamer turn and hopefully I won't get punished for it. Luckily though, Montana is doing a gamer turn too. And she's not looking at me. So... confirmed penetration. 25k HP gone. Hopefully we don't get punished in return like that. Turn. We're turning as hard as we can.
Torpedoes astern.
Wait, torpedoes are stern. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh, I got punished in return, but not by doing the gamer turn. but because I missed the submarine. Man, that first torpedo salvo should have made the alarm bells go off. This is bad. My rudder is broken too, and my damage control party is on cooldown. The flooding is kind of whatever. My heal is gonna take care of that. The real problem is my rudder is broken, and submarine torps load pretty quickly. So there's a good chance I'm gonna get hit by some more torpedoes because I'm unable to maneuver right now. The other problem is that I am completely alone here. CV might come after me, maybe not, but it doesn't really matter. The real problem is that the submarine is coming after me and there's nothing here that can really help me. Yep, there's next set of torps. I'm gonna eat at least one of these. Luckily though, the torpedo belt on the Vermont is so thick nothing's really gonna happen from the...
Torpedoes, direct front. Critical engine damage.
Hello Americans. Did you like forget to armor the engine room or something? Why did my engine broke from that? Unbelievable. Anyway, this is clearly an extremely dangerous position. Luckily my damage control party takes care of it. So I'm gonna do the best counterplay against submarines, which is sailing away. And I do mean this quite literally. The best counter to a submarine is to just sail away from them. Because they just cannot torp you when you're doing... Well, they can, but the effectiveness of it is extremely low.
Enemy battleship destroyed.
And we got the Montana at least. I did drop down to like 30k HP, but luckily we're up to 50k now. I do need to leave though. Man, I really should have paid attention to my concealment level. Because that would have actually given me an inkling that, you know, there was something a little too close. But I guess the Montana kind of cloaked it, because the Montana also got close enough to swat me. Man, that was unintentionally good team play by the enemy team. The reason I say unintentionally, because nobody would ever think to try to do this, right? Nobody's gonna go, okay, I'm gonna take my battleship so close to the enemy that they won't know that there's a submarine around. Especially when that submarine is actually launching submarine torpedoes. Should have been obvious, but meh. It is what it is. Oh, getting a 12k hit like this is, at my HP levels, is not good. Not good at all. Well, getting a 12k HP hit on the enemy is always good, but not when it's from my HP. I am unspotted. And our Lexington just ate torpedoes from the submarine. So, I guess the sub must be underwater now? Regardless what it is, Lexington is in trouble. One of the battleships with some Aerroon shells, or even the enemy CV, could just go and finish her. She has low enough HP that she just... It's gonna be up to luck whether she survives or not. We lost 2 more ships. We have 7 ships, they have 8. And our carrier is in a precarious HP level. This is not good. Definitely not good. Luckily, we do hold control of the sea cap, and firm control. There is no chance that they're gonna take it back. Unless the submarine does something crazy, but it doesn't appear that she is going to. If I had more HP, I would enter the B cap here, but right now, I don't think that's gonna work. I'm gonna still turn a little bit towards the cap zone to make sure that if the Prince Ruprecht pops up, I am not showing completely flat broadside, but my intent really isn't going to be to enter the cap zone. It's gonna be a little too dangerous, I think. If there was no submarine, I think this would be perfectly fine. Oh ho ho!
Enemy battleship destroyed.
Torpedoes to
We
port.
landed 9 shells. Goodbye, Prince Ruprecht. Anyway, if the submarine wasn't there, I would go into the cap. The trouble is, I don't know where the sub is, right? I don't know if she's actually chasing the Lexington, or maybe she turned around and is coming back into the B cap. Because if she's coming back, I will just run into her again. And there's very little chance I would know that this was happening. The other problem is that if I go into the B cap, I would have to fight that Preußen coming from the A cap. She has a lot more HP than I do. I would much rather try to chase down the Schlieffen and friends in the south, because they're at least low HP. Oh, enemy aircraft carrier sighted. Now that was great news for 2 seconds that we actually saw her. Only 9k damage, 3 ricochets. Losing the Lexington is gonna be very painful because we won't be able to spot the destroyers or the enemy carrier anymore. We would actually have to go and get close enough to surface spot them. Because right now, once I clear this island, I would have an easy shot on the CV. Like, there's no way the enemy CV would be able to survive that for long because, well, if she angles, she runs into the border, therefore she can't continue running. And if she doesn't angle, well, she's gonna be running along the border, fully broadside to us. And that will eventually mean that she would die. Hopefully. But sadly, we don't have a spot on her. I really wonder what the enemy sub is doing. Because our Lexington is still alive, right? You would think that if she was spotted by the submarine, one of the battleships would have shot, like the Preußen. Or at least that the submarine torpedoes would actually get her. But it is a little difficult though, trying to chase down a carrier with a submarine because they have an extremely strong damage control party. Oh! 22,000 damage to the Preußen, and that was just the rear turrets. Front turrets are gonna hit her again. And there's the Indomitable. Oh! Man. That Preußen just ate so much damage, and none of them were Citadels or anything. Okay, so is it even worth shooting the Indomitable at this point? I mean, it is, right? She's on the line, and it should be a fairly easy shot, but reason is I don't think the Indomitable can run anymore. Oh, I took some damage in return. Yeah, I have to angle against the Schlieffen, I think. Woohoo! Goodbye, half HP.
Anti-aircraft gun crews are on full alert.
And that's another 7.6k. If I had landed the same type of salvo as before, that would have been goodbye to the CV. Yeah, I'm gonna have to turn to angle a little differently. So here's a tip that I keep repeating. If you're shooting at something on the white line, what you do is you expect how they move on the white line, except when they use autopilot. When they use autopilot, the autopilot tries to take them out from the white line by reversing, which is really stupid, by the way. But that's what it does. Normally, though, what you should expect from the white line is that the ship keeps sliding on the white line as though they were going at whatever speed they were going. Although they are slowing down, of course. Okay. That ricochets on the Indomitable were not good. We're gonna have to actually finish her, but maybe Schlieffen goes first. Because she is a thorn on my side. She's definitely looking at me. Or the Slava. Okay, I mean, she is a battlecruiser. We can technically overmatch her stern, so even if she angles, it won't really prevent us from sinking her. Hindenburg's gonna be a problem. She has so much HP left. Goodbye, Schlieffen. Man, I didn't even realize our carrier died. Unfortunate, because they still have the submarine and a Minagumo somewhere. But I think we're in a pretty good position. Their Minagumo is lower HP than our Kitakaze, and you would expect the Kitakaze to win that fight, and we have control of the B and C caps. And the Kitakaze is clearly gonna be able to just take the A cap. Something crazy would have to happen for that not to be the case, right? The Minagumo would have to be able to, like, torp the Kitakaze or something. Also, right now I'm actually making another mistake, which I don't know yet. And actually my choice of concealment and upgrades is what prevents me from knowing this. See, the reload upgrade means I don't have a concealment upgrade, which means that my concealment is something along the lines of 14 kilometers. And you see that smoke screen over there? I would have known that the Minagumo was around if I did not have the reload upgrade and had a concealment upgrade. And unfortunately, that is my game. I didn't know the Minagumo was here because, well, the Hindenburg was close enough that she kept me spotted. If I had the concealment upgrade, I would have known that Hindenburg wouldn't spot me at those kinds of ranges, right? Which meant that I would have had an idea the destroyer was here, I wouldn't have known where she is, and maybe it would have made absolutely no difference. But I would have at least known beforehand, or at least had the chance of knowing this beforehand. But it is what it is. We're clearly going to win this game, right? The Hindenburg's gone, and 10 seconds of points left. I mean, it's, yeah. I would say that the enemy submarine played really well at the start. That was a real surprise. And hitting those torps on the Lexington was also a good idea. But after she did that, she should have turned around and gone for the B cap, or something along those lines. Play for an objective. Because the game just ended before the submarine could do anything else. Kind of a misplay on the enemy battleships too, because it took such a long time for the Preußen to actually sink the Lexington, but it is what it is. Despite the ambush by the enemy submarine, we still had a great game. 2051 base XP, 220k damage, but man, my teammates really played well. I wouldn't have been able to make it without them. Because I was just in panic mode half of the early game because of that submarine. That was a really good ambush by the sub. And look, we did take 64,000 damage from the torpedoes this game. Sure, 3 of the torpedoes at the end were from the Minegumo, but that sub definitely played a role. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would like to thank the patrons on Patreon. Thank you very much for your continued support, and I hope I'll see you guys next time.